If there's one show that will truly remain a classic for my childhood, it is the one and only Looney Tunes! What's up, YouTubers of the world? MegaGeekMixer here to do his next installment on Mega Throwback Mixer. As some of you guys know, I've been away for a while, but that's due to some family trauma. We lost someone we cared about, so I took those couple of weeks to be with the family. But now I am back, and I am ready to do a classic on the one I was gonna do when Space Jam came out, the new one. I haven't seen it yet because not really want to see it, but it still made me revisit Looney Tunes, the classic. And I do remember that all so well. To be honest, it will always remain a part of my childhood, guys. That's a big part of my childhood. And let me just say, that was some of the best classic short cartoon shows I had ever seen before. And it's amazing how so many years has gone by, and yet there are still some people who know about them, some people that don't, mostly thanks in part due to the connections with Warner Brothers and Six Flags, that they are still alive even to this day for some people. Why don't I just tell you guys who my personal favorites are? Now, if we include them all, it's going to be number 1, Bugs Bunny, and number 2, Daffy Duck. But if I were to exclude those guys, my number 1 favorite is Sylvester. Yes, guys, the tomcat with the red nose, always going after Tweety, Speedy Gonzales, or Hopper, the kangaroo, who he mistakes for a mouse. But guys, what made Looney Tunes so great is, as I said, they were short slapsticks, there was much humor in it, and it had to do with a lot of things about sometimes some of these Looney Tunes encountering each other, like Bugs Bunny with Elmer Fudd, Yosemite Sam, Daffy Duck, or Porky Pig and Daffy, etc., etc., so on and so forth. And it really dealt in the ways with how sometimes they deal with some of the things in life that go on in real life, or just the wilderness of a hunter hunting for rabbits, or an outlaw like Yosemite Sam causing trouble that he has him running into people like Bugs or other people like that. Hey, we've even had a solo of Yosemite Sam with no one else but him dealing with stuff. But nevertheless, all in all, what the themes always held was, as I said, slapsticks. They would try to do something, but for a majority of them, it would always backfire into some crazy, funny stuff that just always made you laugh. And that's what was such the beauty about Looney Tunes. You had Bugs Bunny over here, the clever one who's always outwitting Elmer Fudd, Yosemite Sam, and Daffy Duck by tricking them and reversing what they were trying to do to them, and it falling back on them. Or you can even say when we had Daffy messing with Porky Pig, because the thing about Daffy is giant, egotistical maniac of a duck that just cuckoo, crazy, and just likes to give people an irritating time. But sometimes those would work in his favor, sometimes they wouldn't work in his favor. It'll all just depend on the cartoon right there. But hey, why don't I give you guys a history on the fact that the 3 most well-known Looney Tunes out there are Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. But believe it or not, with Bugs Bunny being the leader of them, you would think he was the first one created by the people who made Looney Tunes. That would be Warner Brothers and Merry Melodies, but in fact, it's actually Porky Pig who was the first ever Looney Tune to be created in his early stages. So that means he was first, next was Daffy, and then next was Bugs. Yeah, believe it or not, that's how it is, guys. And yes, some of y'all, for the majority, your favorites are Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and Porky Pig in that order. And then now you're finding out roles are reversed with how they were created. I'll bet that really surprises each of you there, because trust me, when I first learned of that, when I decided to do my history on them to see how they first came to be, that's exactly how it was. I was like, Porky Pig was the first of them? No way! But yes, it would start with Porky Pig, and it was through him that they eventually made characters such as Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, most of which, where their first encounter was with Porky Pig, and he was hunting them. And then, of course, it kept getting into more with characters like Foghorn Leghorn, Barnyard, Yosemite Sam, Elmer Fudd, Tweety Bird, Sylvester, etc., etc., etc. And yes, Speedy Gonzales too. And too bad for Speedy Gonzales, he didn't have as much character showing as many others out there, but still, with the few he had, it was some great stuff. And I could go on and on about many of these characters and what such fun they brought to me, but you guys already get the gist of it. So for any of y'all who are now first ever hearing a thing or two about Looney Tunes, I recommend you go check it out, because if you guys are looking for some short little shows that can bring you a little humor, a little laughter and stuff, and some stuff from the old classics on some of the songs they would sing, probably you've never heard of, just for a good laugh, I recommend you go see it. But that is it right there, guys. That's my episode on this episode of Mega Throwback Mixer. And I'll be back next time with a new one. This time I'm going to be reviewing a game show. What will it be, you may wonder? Well, you just have to wait and see. But until then, if you enjoy my videos, all you got to do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos. And until then, why don't we end this in the true Looney Tune fashion style?
That's all, folks.